Hey guys, so today we're doing more celebrity drama. My last one was, well, not my last video, the one before that was about Ariana Grande, and today we're talking about Ariana Grande again because more information came out and I think it's super interesting. What I forgot to mention in my last video is people have been calling out her recent few relationships and how they also had an element of cheating in them, and then just some statements being made and all of that. So if you guys want to hear more about Ariana Grande's recent cheating allegations, listen up and then subscribe to the bell icon for engagement, and let's get into it. So if you guys don't know, there is a situation right now happening with Ariana Grande. It's been kind of announced, but not really, not like officially, but there's sources have announced that Ariana Grande and Dalton are separating, Dalton being her husband. They actually got married over COVID, and pretty much like as soon as we found out about his existence, we found out he was her husband and not just like a boyfriend. And people already had mixed opinions. I think Ariana Grande's relationships have been a point of conversation for a lot of people because of how quickly she moves on from one to the other. It's kind of like the Taylor Swift effect. I personally don't have an issue with the jumping from relationship to relationship. I do have an issue with infidelity. I think it's not slay. So there's been that conversation, and now she has been separating from Dalton for a while, and she is currently allegedly dating Ethan Slater, who was the voice of SpongeBob, as you guys have let me know. It's also her co-star for Wicked that she was supposed to be filming in London, but obviously because of the strikes with writers and actors, that has been halted for now. So she's just been kind of running around London without her ring on. And in the past, you know, she has addressed why she isn't wearing her ring. She has addressed a few things, but now it kind of genuinely looks like she is not a married woman anymore. So I'm just gonna go over the cheating allegations. There was a TikTok post about it, but I just screenshotted all the things. I can read it out to you guys instead of playing you that weird voice on TikTok that everyone uses that like pronounces everything wrong. So in 2013, she dated Jay Brooks, who's obviously part of the Janoskians on YouTube. I hope I unlocked something for you guys. So Jay Brooks accused Ariana for cheating on him with Nathan Sykes, who she had a song with. So Grande and the Janoskian star began dating in August 2012, but split October 2013, with Brooks taking to Twitter to accuse the cheating alumni of cheating on him with Nathan Sykes. Yes, I was cheated on. Yes, it does suck. He wrote in a lengthy rant. Yes, I was left for another man. And then same year, 2013, rumors started going around that Mac Miller and his longtime girlfriend Nomi broke up because he cheated on her with Ariana Grande. Interestingly, on March 28th of 2013, Ariana and Mac released their song The Way together. Also a music video in which Mac makes out with Ariana briefly at the end. And apparently Nomi and Mac temporarily break up in/around April of 2013 because of the allegations going around, and then they promptly get together, her and Mac Miller. So there seems to be some overlaps. Then we have in 2016 Naya Rivera, who obviously sadly passed away a few years ago. It was the anniversary of her death a few weeks ago. I saw it on Twitter, so obviously that's kind of more of a sore topic. Naya Rivera revealed in her book that Big Sean allegedly cheated on her in 2014 because Naya did date Big Sean. And Big Sean wrote the song I Don't Fuck With You about Naya and called her like crazy and psycho. But how crazy and psycho can a woman be when you're like cheating on her? Do you know what I mean? Like, you kind of have to expect that when you're cheating on someone, allegedly. Because if it was just like for funsies, like she was just crazy for funsies, like that's different. But she was clearly crazy because you were cheating on her with Ariana Grande. So now that puts a whole other perspective to that song as well. So Naya Rivera revealed in her book that Big Sean allegedly cheated on her in 2014 with Ariana when she walked into her house and Ariana was there. Now we don't know what Ariana Grande was doing in the house when she walked in, but I actually don't want to know. In 2018, Mac Miller's ex-girlfriend Nomi, same Nomi, revealed on her Tumblr blog that Mac cheated on her again with Ariana in 2016. So she said, when I was in a committed situation with my boyfriend, I said there are so many things worse he could do to me than sleep with another girl. And I wouldn't end a relationship if he cheated. He did cheat, and I didn't. So I'm a living, breathing embodiment of my own doctrine. To be fair, I wasn't a golden, faithful angel either. So I guess she was also cheating on him. But that's really besides the point, because what we're talking about here is Ariana Grande being entangled in these entanglements. In 2018, there were rumors that Ariana cheated on Mac with Pete Davidson, while Pete was actually in a relationship with Cassie David. So not only was Ariana cheating on Mac, Pete was at the same time cheating on someone else to be with Ariana. So they both cheated to be together. So Cassie David says Pete Davidson dumped her in a text message just one day before she learned he was dating Ariana Grande through Instagram. I would do unspeakable things if this happened to me. In 2019, TMZ reports that Ariana and Big Sean were getting cozy in the studio together while he was dating Jenny Aiko. And then in 2020, Dalton Gomez's, which is obviously the husband that she's separating from now, ex-girlfriend posted this on her Instagram story, fueling the rumors that Dalton cheated on her with Ariana. And she posted on her Instagram story, when you see your ex with the person they told you not to worry about, which I mean, it could be about anyone, but she's most likely referencing her most recent ex, which would be Dalton, and not some kind of ex in high school. So clearly there is a pattern of behavior here. And then we have the last one, July 2023. It was announced Ariana and Dalton were getting a divorce, and then Ethan Slater and his wife are separating. 2 separate statements somehow linked together. And now it's announced Ariana and Ethan are dating all in 1 week, fueling the rumors they cheated on their spouses. So we can see that there is some kind of a trend, a pattern of behavior. And now I want to preface this with, I think in relationships, what is most important is those people staying loyal to each other. That is really important. However, as a society, we're also allowed, other than criticizing those 2 people, we're also allowed to criticize people that get involved with people in relationships knowingly, right? So like Ariana knew that these people were in relationships. Like for example, Ariana knew that Big Sean was with Naya when she decided to go to his house and do an entanglement. Ariana Grande knew that Big Sean was with Jenna Echo when she decided to cozy up with him in the studio. So I can criticize Big Sean and focus on him for ruining his own relationships, but I can also, in the same breath, in the same sentence, in the same lifetime, criticize Ariana for getting involved with men who are clearly in committed relationships, because I can have more than one opinion at a time. Because I think there's this kind of like black or white. You can either only criticize the man or you can only criticize the side chick, but you can't criticize both because somehow that cancels each other out. Like no, I think Big Sean was in the wrong for home wrecking his own relationship, but I also don't think it was great for Ariana to knowingly barge through people's relationships, because there's also a difference between being a side chick and not knowing and being a side chick and knowing. And I think one kind of makes you, you know. And I hate for the Ariana stans to find me here. I do love Ariana myself. And people are now bringing up that when she wrote her song, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored, you know, people started calling her out. I remember this happened. People started calling her out on Twitter being like, oh, this is like inappropriate. It like promotes cheating and it isn't very like feminist, women support women. And Ariana Grande tried to spin it as like, oh, I don't want to be with the guy. I want the girl to leave the guy. And no, I want the guy to leave the girl so the girl comes to me, which was like weird, like almost, I don't know. It was very strange, her explanation for it. Now it makes sense. What she actually is saying is, break up with your girlfriend, I'm bored, because it's happened what 6 times now, sometimes with the same guys more than once. And bear in mind, I love Ariana, like I love Ariana, but I can also call out some not so great behavior if I so feel enticed to do so. Ariana Grande's, this is on TMZ by the way, Ariana Grande boyfriend's wife, so Ethan Slater, feels he abandoned family. Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater's romance came as a surprise to the Broadway actor's now estranged wife, who feels he abandoned his family, TMZ has learned. Sources close to Lily J, who married Slater back in 2018, tell us she's devastated her family's been torn apart. She's also upset their young son, who was born in August 2022, this was last year, not even a full year, won't have both their mum and dad around constantly now that they've split. Our sources say Lily and Ethan aren't on good terms now that they're in a relationship is full steam ahead. We're also told, for her part, Lily feels like he's completely turned his back on his family. Which, I mean, look, there's one thing to cheat, but there's another thing to like be so, I think he's so swept off his feet by the fact that Ariana is like interested in him, that he's now just completely like left his past life behind him, and he's like, you know, he's gonna wake up in like a year or two and be like, oh shit, I've like completely abandoned my ex-wife, I've abandoned my children. Like, you know, your son's done nothing to you. What's more, we're told Ariana actually used to hang out with both Ethan and Lily while they were still a happily married couple, and she even liked his Instagram tribute to Lily on Mother's Day this year. Remember, we're told Ariana and Ethan's romantic relationship started several months ago. So how did we fit the Mother's Day in here? The whole thing has left Lily feeling betrayed and heartbroken, according to our sources. So like, here's another element of why we're allowed to kind of also blame Ariana in this, because she did hang out with them as a couple. So like, at this point, she knew the woman who she was actively screwing over. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's that element of it as well. Additional sources close to the situation tell us it's understandable that emotions are high and it's hard seeing your ex move on, especially in such a public way, and her friends are trying to protect her. But Ari and Ethan are just trying to lay low and be respectful of their exes as they pursue their new relationship. TMZ broke the story. Ariana and Ethan first met on the set of Wicked, and their relationship grew from there. Sources close to them have maintained both Ariana and Ethan were split from their spouses, Dalton and Lily, when they got together. So they're trying to say there was no overlap. But the thing is, a relationship doesn't start from nothing. It starts from a little chit chat, a little long looks, a little, you know, like there's a progression there that could have been a slight overlap. Sources tell us while they haven't yet filed divorce documents, there's definitely one on the horizon for Ariana and Dalton. As for Lily and Ethan, it doesn't appear either has filed yet, but it sounds like things are beyond repair. And people are saying that Dalton seemed to have been controlling. I mean, in my last video on Ariana, I mentioned that she had liked some posts on Instagram about being in abusive relationships, but she has been in a few relationships, so we can't be super like, it's not confirmed that it's about Dalton. Allegedly, there's also some issues with him being kind of religious and her not being religious. Maybe there's a controlling aspect in that. So it could be that he wasn't emotionally or kind of whatever, you know, abusive man, and maybe she found an escape in Ethan. That could fully well be the case. I still do think it's unfair on Lily and Ethan's son, because now it seems like not only did this happen, now Ethan is completely just like abandoned his past life. When like, if you have kids, you kind of have to stay in your past life, even just a little bit. You have to be one foot in, one foot out, because your kids deserve to have a father. So just because you're, you know, running around London with Ariana Grande doesn't mean your child doesn't deserve attention and time. So there's that kind of element of things. There have been so many different opinions on the internet. I mean, the Arianators, is that what they're called? The Ariana Grandes are trying to like do really good press for Ariana Grande right now, like posting all her charity work and doing all this. And I think Ariana Grande is probably a very nice person, and she does a lot of great things. She's very talented. But then you can also admit, you know, someone does charity work and is a nice person, makes really good music, is very pretty, some good makeup, whatever. And you can also in the same breath say, I don't agree with this thing that they do, which is a pattern of behavior for them, clearly. And then there are some people who aren't really Arianators, and they're just kind of like expressing opinions about it, either which way, who they're blaming, etc. And there's some people that just like don't care. That's also an aspect of things. You can also just like not care. I don't know. But yeah, that's just kind of the story for now. Just feel really bad for Lily. I don't really know how Dalton hasn't really spoken out about this, so I just don't really know what's going on over there. But I just feel bad for the people that are kind of like left behind in this whole story. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you're an Arianator, please don't shout at me. I do love her music, and I think she's really nice. I've never met her, but she looks nice. I just think this isn't nice. So subscribe to the bell icon for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.